catch us off. Obviously, you struggled with some injury through your freshman year. Where are you at health-wise right now? And Coach even mentioned playing through injury. What's the key to playing through injury in college and I guess being tough? I know it's a simple question, but what's the key?
I just remind myself that everything's a test, and it's really on mental for real. You just gotta push past your limits, really. Like, everything's a test, and then pain is also temporary. That's just what I tell myself.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are going to be without Jordan Hall for the foreseeable future. How, as a defensive line, do you try to make up for his absence, and what does he really bring to this team?
Just making sure the freshmen are prepared, to face this offensive line. And what he brings to the team, Jordan, is just a ball of energy. He's a great guy to be around, always making people laugh.
Going back to last year when you had the season-ending injury, how did you sort of work through that? And what did you kind of learn about yourself through that experience having your freshman year cut short?
I just told myself, like, I can control what only I can control, which is my rehab, training room. And what I learned about myself is I have a lot more hobbies, like I have a lot more interests than I thought I did. So, yes, that's what I learned.
What were some of the interests?
I like making music. After I started walking, I started playing a lot of pickleball. So yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, last year you were in the same position that Elijah Griffin, J.J. Anderson with these guys are. What has been your advice to them as they've gotten accustomed to college football and have carved out a role for themselves on the defensive line this year?
My advice was just kind of like, well, first thing I told J.J. was getting in that playbook. As soon as he got on campus, I helped him learn the playbook just so it can slow the game down, because I feel like that's really what I struggled with my freshman year. I'd always overthink, so just slowing the game down was a big thing. So I just trying to help JJ, get that, so it wasn't too hard for him, so make it easier for him.
Joseph, over here to you then. You came in the same class of Nnamdi Ogboko, and he started. He's going to have to play a little bigger role now that Jordan's out. And Coach was talking about some of the work he did on the scout team to kind of get where he's at right now. What are you personally seeing from him, and how do you think he's going to take this extra responsibility?
Nnamdi, what I'm seeing from him, he's improved a lot in pass rush. They're really recruiting him here to play first down, second down,
Yeah.
but he's been turning a lot of heads in the pass rush. So yeah, I feel like that's what we're going to use him for.
Kind of smile when you say that. There was.
Yeah, because it was unexpected. I didn't know he could rush like that, but he can rush.
Coach Smart mentioned that you were big on the fourth down stop against Florida. Talk me through that play, what you saw as the play started, and just how you were able to help get that stop.
Really, my whole thought process through that, I just did what Coach Scott told me to do. I remember in the huddle, he told me stay low and surge. So that's just what I did. I crowded the ball, and I stayed low and I surged. And got the stop.
So, we've had a couple guys in here over the season talk about their love for pickleball. So I'm wondering if you guys had a draft, who's the 1 seed and who are the best 4 that would be on the court to be a very competitive match?
That's a great question. Very biased. I'm gonna say Justin's gonna be mad at me for this one, but Chris is definitely going number 1, and then I put Justin number 2, put myself number 3. Might put AJ Kruger at 4. Yeah.
Yeah, after the game on Saturday, there was video of you and Justin Williams going up talking to DJ Lagway. You guys are all Texas guys, obviously. What was that conversation like, and what did you make of the way DJ Lagway played on Saturday?
On that conversation, it was just like, it was fun seeing DJ again, because played him all 4 years of high school, and he played amazing, lights out like he always does. So it was just fun playing against him again and just seeing him,
Mentioning Justin, just what's it been like to carry that relationship over from high school, and even going back, if I remember right, you were kind of in Justin's ear about coming here. Is that accurate to how it played out in recruiting?
I mean, I kind of was. I wanted to let Justin, do his own thing. I didn't want to, influence him. I knew it was going to be fun if he came here, but I really only just told him one thing. I was like, if you want to play good defense, you should come here. That's what I told him on this day of his commitment. And what's been like, it's been fun. This whole experience, this whole journey has just been fun. That's really how I can describe it. It's been a fun experience.
Over here on your left, you got a noon kickoff What are those days like for players? When were you seeing the afternoon, evening games? Do you like the early kick? Have you played in a lot of these in your football career?
Do I like the early kick? I mean, I don't really mind it because, you know, after you play, you kind of get the rest of the day to yourself. The whole process through that is just making sure you eat good the day before, you get lots of sleep, you know, make sure your mind is right, body's right, you know, playing early. But yeah.
Have you ever played a stadium with cowbells before?
Oh, I haven't. I actually just heard about the cowbells a couple minutes ago. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Over here on your right, can you just talk about the team's confidence level in close ball games? The coach talks about the process, and y'all really don't look at the scoreboard, but just this knowing how to win and being battle tested. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, our confidence level is always high. We're a very resilient team, and I think that's because we play for each other. You know, it's always playing for the guy to your right, playing for the guy to your left. That's what really helps us. You know, skull sessions I think that was really a big factor into this season.
Yeah, in addition to you and Justin, you have a bunch of Texas guys on this team, Michael Weenie, Dylan Bell, just Noah Thomas. How have you guys bonded, especially being so far away from home here in Georgia?
I mean, we really just talk about, our main thing with the whole Texas thing is just talking about how Texas football is better than every other state of football, especially Georgia. You know, the Georgia guys always harp on whatever top ball they play, but 6A Texas football is always the best. I don't care what nobody else says.
When you do go to Texas, you know, since last season, what's it like with a couple wins over the Longhorns? Has that come up in any conversations?
No, not really.
Is your hometown area, are those Longhorn fans, are they Aggie fans? What's the mix there?
They're more Aggie fans. I'm like an hour away from Texas A&M. There's a lot of Aggies over there.
When that debate between Georgia football and Texas football comes down, you go up against a couple Georgia true freshmen on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Do you talk about it with those guys, and what's it like facing off with them in practice?
I mean, it's fun, you know, just getting those guys better. They help me get better, I help them get better. But like I said, it's not really a debate. Texas football is it's the best football, especially 6A.
Justin, when you look at your second year in the program, you look back to where you were as a true freshman, where do you feel like you've grown the most? Where do you feel like your game has taken the most obvious step forward?
First thing off the dome is my eyes. You know, I've gotten a lot better just looking at the right stuff, looking at angles of departure, getting my feet right, getting my hands from the ground to the man. I've gotten a lot better at all those things.
Getting back to Texas high school football, what's the biggest stadium you ever played in high school?
Biggest stadium I ever played in. Probably gonna say Woodford's Bank, which was our home stadium. It's a pretty big stadium. So yeah, Woodford's Bank Stadium. Love that place.
Back over to your left, I know when you signed at Georgia, you've seen the guys that have come through before you. I mean, they're lining up in the NFL every Saturday. I mean, how close to the standard do you think this group is getting now? We knew coming in you had to replace a lot of guys. Where do you think you guys are at right now in that process?
We're really close. We're getting there. There's still a lot of things that we need to improve on, but we're definitely getting there. It's a process, a step-by-step process. Day by day, you get better, 1% better every day.
Yeah, when we talked to him in the spring, Jordan Hall did a really good impression of you, saying your genetics and work ethic is superior to everybody else. One, do you have a Jordan Hall impression to answer that? And two, how do you feel like your work ethic has helped you get from where you were when you got to Georgia to where you are now?
My Jordan Hall impression is something I'm definitely going to work on. You know, he makes fun of the way I talk all the time, but it's all love. I got to work on that, though. And my work ethic, how it's helped me get to where I'm at. I really get my work ethic from my mom, you know, because I always see her working every day, you know, striving for me and my sister. So I feel like I have no choice but to work just as hard, twice as hard as her, you know, to make sure, you know, life is great for me and my sister, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The defense at this point, 8 games in, has 8 sacks. Do you guys talk about that at all? Wanting to be more productive, getting to the quarterback and upping those numbers?
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. We've been working on it these past couple weeks. Bye week, this past bye week, we harped on it a lot. That's mostly what we worked on. Yeah.
Got time for one more if anybody has one for Joseph.
Yeah, when y'all do harp on it, what does that harping session sound like? Like, what are the things you're trying to improve on?
It's a step-by-step process. We break it all down, fundamentals, getting off the ball, getting to the move area, working a move, working any type of move, and then just reaching at the top, getting to the quarterback, throwing shoulder. That throwing shoulder is the big thing because that Auburn game, I missed that sack. If I would have went to the throwing shoulder, I would have had it. So that's what I've been working on this past couple of weeks.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thanks, Joseph.
Y'all are welcome. Have a good day.